every once in a while I go back through the old stuff on the Twitter timeline to see what we were doing this week last year. Well, I found that we given out a Coach of the Year last year, so we can do that again. Things like that. We gave it to Jerry Kill last year because he wasn't even nominated for a Coach of the Year award. So I think we're going to say that if you were only coaches that are not nominated for the Coach of the Year award are open for our award.
The Coach of the Year snub award.
But have you? But I go back through there.
Coach of the Year.
I go back to the old stuff, and guys, we were funny at one point. We're not anymore. Don't get me wrong, but I actually think we were funny at one point.
Really?
No. Right. I'm shocked by this too. I think we were funny, and we're not anymore. That's the problem. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Community Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of December 10th, 2024. It was a cold day here in Texas, but I'm happy to be warm inside and talking to everyone here. As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, and Arthur on the ones and twos. Commish, how are you?
I'm good. Having fun with the reaction to what happened in the previous podcast. Yeah, that was funny. So, it was supposed to be a joke that I had like a horrible day, and we had people reply to it like, it's not fair. We want to know what Commish said. Like, what happened? It was just a cut with an ad, and
my favorite response we received about this was the listener who described that as, quote, unacceptable.
We wanted to know what happened to Commish.
I don't know what is acceptable about this podcast, and I question why you are listening, gentle listener.
Imagine being like the quality control of the podcast.
Oh, God.
Arthur's doing God's work on that front, honestly.
100%.
I mean, I think it's more like Arthur knows when he's beat.
He's outnumbered. But,
Commish,
I'm sorry, Arthur. Like, I'm legitimately sorry.
Commish, I'm realizing that you're actually like Polish or Eastern European. Because if you ask someone in America how they're doing, it's all right, it's fine. Eastern Europeans, it's great. I'm not going to try to say the word in Polish. I'm going to get close. It's fatalnie, which means like awful. So if someone asks you how you're doing, you're just supposed to just default to like, this is everything is awful. If you say things are well, then you're lying.
I can't do it. Like I guess I'm just kind of. This is probably why I'm not doing great in corporate America, I would say.
Yeah.
Did you actually answer the question?
You ask a question, I'm going to tell you. And it's probably why, there's not he tells too much information. And I'm like, I'm just being honest. Sorry.
You asked me a question. It's like, I got a type 5 ready. Like, I got at least one zinger I can get off, like, you ask me any question, like I'll come back at you with something.
I think I've told this story on the podcast before, but you know how the corporate response to being asked how you are is supposed to be living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
My canned response in that instance is often, well, I haven't burned the place down yet, which is both an observation and a threat.
Mm-hmm. Pitt Girl, how are you?
It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Beth?
I'm in a weird fugue state today. So yesterday, work ate me in a very profound sort of sense. Mm-hmm. And while work was in the middle of eating me, so when you are from my part of Pennsylvania, you're used to giving your location in relation to other things. I'll say I'm from like halfway between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg. I'm from 45 minutes south of State College. And apparently now after yesterday, I can just say, I was born in Altoona. And that's going to suffice from now on. So yeah, that's where I'm at. While I wasn't paying attention.
He heard you had the recipe for the good pizza.
Apparently.
I mean, honestly, like between this and Jay Leno falling down that hill, like the part of Pennsylvania immediately to the east of me is getting put on a map.
I had a lot of fun yesterday educating the masses about other things about Altoona besides the pizza, including the Curve and the Curve, the baseball team, which have a roller coaster in the outfield, and also all the other railroad track stuff you can see, including a train car that has a sign on it that says "Do not hump."
Yep.
I feel
I
like
didn't
with
tell them about the racist parts of town, Beth.
Oh, good for you.
I think
The
we
names are
probably-
racist. FYI.
Oh, I know.
People I assume are fine. The names are racist.
It is Central PA.
Oh no, I think we've talked about Altoona, Pennsylvania, the most.
Yeah.
That a podcast that I listen to. I don't think it's ever come across like any other podcast that I've mentioned. It will now, and you know we had our jokes that the allure of the limited time only McRib maybe did something there. Also, you know, maybe hiding in one of the mini Altoona Curve mascot costumes that they have, since we had an episode about all of the Altoona Curve mascots.
Or
Mhm.
just like in the little box in the outfield where the fish is kept.
That's true. So
Hey,
yeah,
Beth, the Vineyard Church in Altoona has a podcast.
Okay.
They may talk more about Altoona than we do.
So
Maybe.
we're the number 2 Altoona podcast in America,
That's what I'm finding out.
I'm just like,
in
listen,
the world even.
we were on the Altoona beat long before the rest of y'all.
We liked Altoona before it was cool.
Also, like
It's still not cool.
the order
But
that
we liked it before that.
the order that Sheets that the CNN guy made at Sheets the other night was an absolute like Bush League order.
What do you order?
He got a salad.
What the fuck, man?
Okay.
Sorry, salads. Is there a Z in there somewhere?
Probably.
There is, but why would you do that?
So, too bad that Zaxby's has already stolen Zalad. Probably trademarked it.
Yeah, true.
That's one of my favorite things, by the way, about listening to the Varsity app, like putting on the Georgia Bulldogs and hearing a Zaxby's ad.
Mhm.
Because, like, I'm from Pittsburgh. I've never been to a Zaxby's. Hearing them start to talk about a Zalad and then describe what's in it, I'm like,
Mhm.
wait, is it a salad? Like, they start
Chicken
talking
tenders
and
and lettuce.
You know it's really, really questionably a salad when a Pittsburgher is questioning if it is a salad.
I heard them talking about egg rolls.
Okay.
That's not French fries. I long for the Zaxby's Sheets mashup. That's just a forest of Z's with part of a word hidden in the middle.
Shazaxby's.
Would you like a salads?
Commish, we dropped our poll finally. The world has seen it. What are the
Yeah.
reactions?
So Iowa fans in our mentions are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And then there's other people in our mentions that are just furious that Iowa wasn't sickos this year.
Iowa was our Alabama, basically. That's what
I
they're
don't
saying
know.
about this, except we included Alabama.
If you're mad about that, vote harder or something. I don't know.
The funny
We
thing
reflect
is,
the will of the people.
the funny thing is, we haven't dropped. Like, we're gonna drop it Wednesday, but we hadn't dropped like the votes total because the gap between Florida State and Iowa is immense.
It's
Like, it is-
3,000 points. It's
Yeah.
huge.
It's huge. It's
Yeah,
I-
like,
I think almost
Iowa
4,000.
got their ass beat.
Yeah, it wasn't close. Yeah, it's 4,400 almost basically points. And then like Iowa is pretty close to like 2, 3, and 4. You know, really I think the recency bias of the Iowa game winning one with 5 first downs
Yeah.
kind of
Agreed.
boosted them. Which, you know, people are saying it should have been Kent State, it should have been Purdue, it should have been Kansas, and I'm like, those are all worthy champions.
Kent State fans were so sad because they were like, wow, 0-12. Can't win this one either.
Yeah,
it was so
it's
sad. It's morose.
yeah, it's pretty. You know, it's kind of depressing if you think of it that way. But you know, again, I'm kind of glad they didn't win because I'd be like, "Yay,
Yeah.
Kent State, you're the national champion." If it was,
Yeah, I gotcha.
A completely moribund Florida State is funny.
It is very funny.
A terribly like a Kent State that has been rendered limb from limb for the past several months is not funny. That is sad.
Yeah. Also, Florida State being in this situation this year
yeah,
is especially funny.
Mhm.
there is just like so
There's
many
there's
different
a
things.
poetry here.
So many different things that they did in the off season, and then where they started,
And
then
what happened
what
last year,
happened
too.
last year. I mean, there's too many sicko storylines, and then 2 and 10 comes along, which is Cal really has a knack for doing this. By the way, like they are notoriously the team that gives another team just the one FBS win because they did this to Colorado before Coach Prime got
Right.
there.
Yes.
So shout out to Cal, which I mean, Cal fans were upset that they weren't higher, and I'm like, I mean, y'all got to vote, man. The Calgorithm got to vote. But I one thing I wanted to get our resident Florida State rep, Katie. I did text her the poll, and I want to get her immediate. I just texted her the picture of the poll, and just said, "You did it, Katie," and she responded back with. Like just the maniacal like laugh.
Perfect.
And she goes lowest of lows to highest of highs back to lowest of lows. What a ride. So she gracefully accepts the award on
Talking
behalf
about the
of Florida State.
Knowles.
Illinois flag. Folks, we have something new on this podcast, a new bit we're going to do. Okay? It's called Flag Alert. There's new flags coming out, and more specifically, Illinois is choosing a new state flag. They have 13 to choose from.
That's so many.
It's so many.
It's so many, and yet they're all terrible.
Are you sure that they're not going to Minnesota us?
Yeah, and none of the contenders are a portrait picture of a dog. So I'm disappointed already.
Folks, if you listeners, people in the podcast, if you look on that link, you can see all 10 of them there. There are also 3 more that I will send to you in a moment. They're in that thread as well, but they can keep the old flag or use like their bicentennial flag. Well, if you haven't looked at this before, I'm going to give you a chance to look. I'm going to tell you my correct opinion, and that's flag 3754. It is a white flag, blue stripe across the middle, blue circle in the middle of that with a 6-pointed gold star. That's the one. And if you pick anything else, you're wrong.
Wait, where is this link?
In the show notes.
Oh, in the show notes. Okay.
I
I didn't think to look there.
So, Jordan, that flag out of the like 10 primary listed flags, that one is the one I dislike the least. However, it is still kind of giving like Space Force. Like it's a little generic. I don't love it. I will say this.
What number was that again? I'm sorry, I didn't have the link up.
It's
I
fine.
forgot the number.
3754. It's
It
page
is the-
second image middle.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say this. I actually genuinely, unironically, really, really like the Centennial flag. Just
Yes.
use that one. That one's great. And it looks like a flag. It's not over designed, which is, I think, sometimes the problem with new flag proposals.
Pitt Girl, what do you feel about Abraham Lincoln staring at that ass?
I do not
That's
like
my
that
favorite.
one.
That's my favorite right there.
I do not like this one.
It is a flag on one side. 2/3 of the flag is blue with the outline of Abraham Lincoln's face. There's a white gap and there's a red ass. It's actually the outline of Illinois, but it looks like he's just staring at that ass.
I mean, listen, I feel like that's how Abraham Lincoln would have wanted to be remembered as.
I just can't believe that at long last, someone makes a flag that's basically a Rorschach test and you don't like it.
I was immediately like, when I first looked at that flag, I was
What's
immediately
the
like,
white?
where's the vase?
Right. Or I was like, is that the Mississippi River? Is that?
I mean, it is
yes.
the Mississippi River.
At first, when I glanced at this link, I thought they were doing like one side was Lincoln, the other side was Douglas, and the flags.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I got disappointed. I saw the Illinois.
One side was Lincoln, one side was John Wilkes Booth. It was one of those, good versus evil.
Why did you do it, Johnny?
Look, if Illinois
Oh,
is going to do
soon.
a flag, if they're going to replace their current flag, which is not great, Dad, I know you're listening. I'm sorry. The current Illinois flag is not good.
It's
I
not
know
gr-
you
it's not
like
great.
it, but it's not.
What
It's
is
really
the
not.
Current Illinois flag.
The
It's
internet,
down
yeah.
at the bottom. It's white. It's got an eagle on it and a lot of text, and it says Illinois on it, which is a pet peeve of mine with state flags.
How am I supposed to know what state flag it is?
The flag should be in. You should be able to tell without it saying. If Indiana or Indiana, sorry, Illinois, if Illinois is going to pick a flag that has a somewhat ridiculous use of negative space, I think it should pick the one with the giant eye. It's so dumb. I kind of like
the giant
it.
eye
because it's
one.
so stupid.
Like
the
It's
block
the
eye?
top one.
Yeah, I
The
like
top
the block eye. That's what 4669.
Oh yes.
Nice.
Sorry. The one I like on the next page, it has corn, gears, and is in the shape of a violet.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I like the shapes on that one. I'm not a big fan of the colors. Like just having different shades of blue is a little bit. I don't like that.
It's kind of corporate.
Like I feel like if they had a more contrasting color, I would like that one a lot more. I do like 2246 just because like the colors are different than all the other options. Like I
Yeah.
like those colors. I think that's cool.
Beth?
What do you guys think about Mothra flag?
So Alana likes the butterfly a lot. I don't, because if you're like, oh, that's probably the state animal,
No,
right? No,
no,
it's the state butterfly is the monarch.
Just read the relationships of Illinois and read the two names associated with this flag.
The students who work in this flag are high school students living in Illinois named Joanna and
Nope.
Sesperlin.
No,
Nope.
Her name
Not-
is Jonna.
not
Jonna.
Seth, not
John
Seth.
and Spresperlin. Spreselin?
Yes.
Spreselin.
Spreselin.
Yes.
Okay. Can't do
You've
that.
You've been out of the game too long.
I know, sorry. I do want to point out one more. Flag 896. It is the same as the regular Illinois flag, but just adds racing stripes on either side. I need to read the explain the meaning behind the flag, please.
Oh, no. It's better. It also doesn't say Illinois on it.
Okay,
And
so-
for that, it gets a plus from me. It doesn't have a label.
Here we go. The idea of mine is simply an embellishment of the existing flag helps to save money on a new design. Placing the red and blue vertical bars on each end with a narrow white stripe in between the colors eliminates the seal on bedsheet look. Not overly imaginative, but practical and economic. Illinois.
I mean,
Practical and economic.
I mean,
Not overly imaginative.
they speaking government language right there. I mean, the flag goes to the lowest bidder, just like all construction contracts. So
Can we talk about, well, first I would like to jump back and talk about flag 2246, which I think is a piece of nice design, but it really looks like this is USDA foods.
Yeah, it has line art of green and white hills, a yellow sun. Yeah.
Yeah, this flag is brought to you by Unilever.
Man, listen, I am less than I'm about 2 weeks away from seeing the new Sonic movie. I'm all about them green hills.
Green Hills
Uh,
on.
But I would like to talk about one
Do, do,
more
do,
of the
do, do.
flags. Not that we have to talk about all of them, but I would like to talk about flag number 200,
Okay.
which is just, what if Illinois was North Korea?
Yeah, it's very Illinois, North Korea.
Oh man, I didn't see that until now, but yeah,
Oh God, I can't unsee it.
it's
Yeah.
like if you were colorblind and looked at the North Korean flag, I guess. Like it's.
We have North Korea at home, and it's Illinois.
I mean, because isn't there that the Twitter meme or whatever about like Mongolian warriors for their governor? Like,
Mhm.
Yes, Mongolian
like,
warriors
can
for
we get
Pritzker.
some Mongolia up in here?
So I want to try one more time to sell you on flag 4220.
Okay, go back. Which one is this one again?
That's the one
This
where
is
Lincoln.
badass.
Yeah.
Lincoln start that ass. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
So,
looking at that ill ass.
so this is the first flag I've ever seen that you could actually say that this flag is a 36, 24, 34, 36, 24, 75, 36, 24, 11, 12, 8, 7, 36, 36, 36, 42.
I hate you so much. Okay, you killed it. Thank you. Bill Belichick. He's flirting with UNC.
What?
What a turn.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, welcome to this podcast. Yeah, Bill Belichick and UNC are talking to each other, and to make sure it works, though, he
I
put
picked
it.
the worst day not to pay any attention to anything. Oh no!
Well, when he was applying for this job, basically he has dropped off a 400-page document.
That's a
We can
manifesto.
call it a
Here
manifesto.
are the things that I want from you
If-
guys.
If,
Release the Belichick
200 some words
manifesto.
The manifesto, like 400 pages. My God,
400 pages. That's a manifesto. 200
Yeah.
some odd words. That
Yeah,
is not a
200 words
manifesto.
is like a Twitter thread.
If-
That is not a manifesto.
Yeah, if you're under 200 pages, then it's just a prenup. But now it's a manifesto.
This is so incredibly wild for him to do, but I guess if you want Bill Belichick, you follow the rules. I don't know.
I'm just imagining, like, take a coaching hire out of this, and I want you to imagine that Bill Belichick is instead asking to become your roommate.
I mean, it's good to set some boundaries, set some expectations.
Here's the chore wheel.
I so wish this was a visual podcast.
Pitt Girl has her glasses way down on her nose, looking over the top very disappointingly.
I have concerns about a man who has a 400-page manifesto about North Carolina football, presumably about North Carolina football.
No one has written that much on North Carolina football.
No.
No, that just hasn't happened.
Oh, someone's posted that much on a message board.
To be fair, I think this was a generic 400-page document that just North Carolina was the one that happened to be interested enough for him to send it over.
Control H.
We're finding a replace. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, like apparently he wrote this out intending it for both college, like he had like a college version and a pro version. So like if an NFL team, if an NFL team wanted to hire him, they would also have to abide by a 400-page manifesto. Apparently, like there are differences between the two, but like he definitely. I mean, I don't honestly. Can I just say something here? Like, I don't absolutely hate this for UNC because like it's different, right? It's out there. But I could see a scenario where this is something that maybe succeeds, right? Because you're doing something that's different from what everyone else is doing. And we're in kind of like a new era in college football, right? Like people like to say that, they like to use big words, but there's a lot of stuff that maybe we had thought in the past that doesn't necessarily apply anymore, right? Like suddenly you might actually have players that are paid directly by the schools, right? Like if this house settlement thing goes through and, you know, I don't know all the details, but like you're looking at something where like maybe it does make sense to hire someone from the NFL suddenly when you're going to have a very different relationship with players, a relationship like you would have in the NFL. Like I can see a way this works. It could blow up spectacularly.
I'm going to let his face do my talking for me.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Sorry, like, girls, my bad. Cut that.
If you are North Carolina, like you're not a team that's making playoff appearances. You're not a team that is, you know, doing super great. Like they're not a bad team. I don't think. Like I'm not trying to talk down to them or anything, but like, you know, you've got a team that is okay. So why not take a shot? Why not say like, you know, we're going to do something out of left field. If it blows up, like we can kind of afford for it to blow up.
Yeah.
But maybe it doesn't. I mean, like.
So I don't disagree with that. I think I disagree with the premise that hiring Bill Belichick is that out of left field. Like we've seen other schools hire NFL coaches who do not also have a history of coaching college football relatively recently, and it didn't go so great. Not that Herm Edwards is like really that comparable to Bill Belichick,
TV
but like
guy.
Belichick's been on TV this year.
She said 1 year.
I like the
I mean,
idea of like
still.
North Carolina hiring an NFL guy when what they are doing is they are hiring the most NFL guy.
Yes.
Like this is the NFList of them all. It coming on the heels of Mac Brown. It has that feel of like old white dude on the rebound.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like the second straight.
UNC is Bill Belichick's like hot new model wife.
Yeah, like it would be the second straight like old.
UNC would be getting a younger head coach by 8 months.
1 year, yes.
By 8 months.
Technically true.
If the other guy was too old, here's new dad, same as the old dad.
He's just a little younger.
Except this dad's way crankier.
This dad has cool hoodies.
No puffy jackets for him.
Well, so the question is, does he just put a ripped up Carolina hoodie over the ripped up Patriots hoodie? Or does he put the Carolina hoodie underneath?
He's like a Matryoshka doll of ripped up hoodies.
There's an iron-on patch. It's very clearly a Patriots hoodie, and there's just been like an iron-on. Like
you can still see the edges. Okay,
no,
I feel like college coaches have a little more leeway as to like their attire than the NFL coaches do.
Biff did, but no one else does. Commish?
No. You got to remember, like North Carolina, like who is that school branded with?
Jordan
is gonna custom make him this hoodie. Like it is gonna be a custom made Belichick, custom ripped. Tailor made, custom ripped.
God awful like golden goose sneakers,
just
but
like
for Bill Belichick's hoodie.
They're gonna have it. They're gonna have it that way, like when everybody used to wear ripped jeans, but they would rip them themselves. Then they started selling ripped jeans.
It's Jordan though. So the rip, we're gonna take his win-loss ratio every year of his career, and we're gonna use that as the pattern for our rip. We're gonna follow that around.
That's gonna be the pattern for the Argyle. All right.
Okay, you're right. Yes.
I want you to imagine Bill Belichick having to stand next to Ramesses and lead a pep rally.
There's no way
that would happen.
No way. Oh, let's have Coach come out here and do something wacky for the kids.
It's like, yeah, Coach.
Do you think Belichick is gonna
play well in all three phases of the game?
Smoosh the boosters. He's like, hey man, we need some money.
That's why you keep Mac Brown on staff for schmoozing. You need two coaches: the schmoozer and the coach, the actual ball coach.
Well, okay, so like maybe that's part of his 400-page like.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. It's basically like a big like concert rider or something, where it's like he's like, hey, this is all the things I'm gonna need. This is all the stuff that I'm not gonna do. Maybe he's just gonna be like, yeah, like in these 400 pages it says I don't have to kiss ass. Maybe he says that. Maybe he's in the 400 pages it says if we win the Mayo Bowl, I'm not getting shit dumped on me.
Yeah, there's no way that he'd be okay with that. Just tell Mac that he's still head coach, but don't run his orders to anyone.
Is this 400 pages to try to explain why you need to hire Josh McDaniels as like the face of this?
No, it's actually Steve Belichick.
I have incredibly important news.
Beep, 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 beep.
Which is that I have Googled Bill Belichick Manifesto.
Oh, gosh.
The top result on Google, I have not clicked into it because I just want to read you the summary. MGO blog. Bill Belichick with reportedly a 400-page organizational Bible for UNC football 11 hours ago. And then it gives me the little summary thing. Manifesto appears to come from Latin, but it looks like it was a verb to present something. That comes into English as manifest. Michigan, why are you like this?
Bill Belichick to Michigan.
Yeah. Okay. In transfer portal news...
I clicked into it and they're talking about the proper pluralization of manifesto.
Jesus Christ.
Manifesty.
I'm going to go dump your head in a toilet. Michigan, stop that.
The Dartmouth grad wants to give you a swirly, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Don't make me beat you up. In transfer portal news, General Axel Booty. General to his friends, Booty to his coach.
Axel F to me.
Is leaving ULM. Gone, Booty, gone was the best I could come up with. Yes. Salute.
His final booty call. signing off. I don't know where he goes. The fun thing is posting.
You could say that the booty's rocking everywhere.
I want to know who will seize the booty.
You know, I love posting this to Blue Sky because, you know, Blue Sky's got the horny in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of folks like this kind of went, I guess, like Blue Sky viral.
Yeah.
A little bit like
Blue Sky roll.
Oh, yeah. It's it's called you skeet all over. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the one that was that's vulgar, not skeeting whatever.
No, it's weird when you say it.
Yeah, it is. Like that's probably
hatefully, that's my problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, so the skeet went viral.
It's skeeting all over.
You know, I mean, okay.
Upset.
Sure. But and so there was a lot of people in our replies that didn't follow us, or in the quote tweets are like, that can't be his real name. and then I was like, oh no, his full name is General Axel Booty. And then I found the graphic that said the Booty Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
I just kept sending that to everyone on Blue Sky, and I enjoyed it immensely. Thank you for your 2-0 start with ULM. Thank you for the Arch Manning versus General Booty ESPN graphic we got this year. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate it. We appreciate your time you spent in Monroe. I don't know where you're going to go, but farewell, General. We salute you.
Do you know who else found a home in the portal today? Colorado School of Mines punter is going to Alabama.
Ooh.
And I post this just being like, Colorado School of Mine News, we love it. And Commish with the fucking memory, so good, goes, I recognize this name. This dude was one of our big leg punters this year. Like, he won the week.
Yeah, he won the week.
With an 80-yarder?
With an 80-yarder. It went viral. It was like on a Thursday night, I think.
Yeah.
So like Mines was playing on a Thursday night in September. And I remember the name, and then the reason I really remembered it is because I misspelled it at first, and then I had to retract and do it again, because his name is Dowd, but it's spelled D-O-U-D, not D-O-W-D. That I made the mistake. So I mean, you know, he was booting the shit out of the ball and at elevation. It's crazy to see that. Like Alabama, I don't know if their kicker from Miami, Ohio, now their punter from Colorado School of Mines. Yeah, I love the transfer portal. This is nuts.
Other coaching news, Dow Loggins, who was NC State's defensive coordinator, I believe, is now the 23rd head coach at Appalachian State. And Willie Simmons has been hired by Florida International. Just had the press conference today.
Yeah, Willie Simmons, FAU coach who left FAU after winning the Black National Championship. I'm sorry, FAMU, not FAU. FAMU, the Rattlers, after winning the Black National Championship there in 2023. He spent the year as the Duke running backs coach under Manny Diaz, and then he got the job at FIU. I feel like that is a really, really quality hire for FIU.
Yes.
If he can make it work in Miami, which, I mean, he has Florida connections. And it's funny to me that he goes from Tallahassee to Miami, but like not that school and not the other school.
I had to mention Dow Loggins. I got that wrong. He was South Carolina offensive coordinator, not NC State defensive coordinator.
The NC State defensive coordinator went to Marshall. That's right.
That's what I messed up.
Yeah, we got that.
By the way, if you want to know anything about Dow Loggins, I'm going to read one part of his Wikipedia page. He was the Cleveland Browns quarterback coach in 2014, and quote, he was an advocate in drafting Texas A&M quarterback Johnny Manziel.
Oh, no.
We have, folks, I got to be serious with you here for a moment. This Saturday, we're going to have to assemble this ourselves. No one's going to spoon feed you game after game after game here. You're going to have to build your own Saturday. So we can start by saying there is a Friday game. It is Idaho at Montana State, the 8 seed versus the 1 seed at 8 p.m. ESPN. Right now, first off, I just went on Montana State podcast today. I'll tell you guys where to find that. That was a lot of fun. Talked FCS ball. But this game, Big Sky Blood, this is, I am so excited for this one, Commish.
You went on Montana State, so man, that's okay. That's crazy. And the Vandals, I mean, they played them earlier this year. That was the
They
Send
did.
J away.
But
And we had
problems of different quarterback now. They got their quarterback back,
yeah.
which they didn't have last time. And this is a very different team facing them.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm all about this game on a Friday night. This is on ESPN proper too. Big Sky on ESPN proper. I'm very excited for this. Okay, that is our Friday night. So then let us shape you a Saturday. What would you like from the menu? The 11 a.m. part stacked. We're good there. Your options are Celebration Bowl. You got FCS playoffs, and then you also have the option of D2 and D3 playoffs. Commish, of that like morning bit on the 14th, what's your favorite?
I mean, I'm gonna have to probably do Incarnate Word at South Dakota State.
Yeah.
The spread on that one is 17.5.
Okay.
So
I'm guessing for
of course the Jackrabbits, the defending back-to-back national champions. I looked at the weather. It just looks like it's gonna be cold, like a high of 30, low of 21. Incarnate Word did play a game last week at like 40.
Yep.
But I mean, that's probably going to be 20 degrees cooler. It doesn't have any heavy winds forecasted from what I could tell.
That was going to be my question.
I feel like isn't it always windy in South Dakota? I feel like that's a thing.
It says like 4 to 6 miles an hour, but now this is Tuesday.
Maybe it's 46 miles per hour.
I mean, it could be Canadian, but Celsius or whatever. Celsius winds. But yeah, definitely
Celsius miles per hour?
I love this so much.
Celsius miles per hour.
You don't know that unit. Hold up.
Also known as kilometers. But really, it doesn't look like it's going to be too windy, maybe like a 7 mile an hour. And at night it's 11, but it's in the morning, so like 7 and maybe some gusts. But really, if Incarnate Word can execute their passing defense and the receivers' hands remain warm, maybe they can give the Jackrabbits a game. It's a tall task. It is a tall task, but I'm gonna watch.
For you folks up further north than us, an 11 a.m. winter sun, that's real bright, right?
No.
Okay.
It can be. Generally, it's only like bright if it's also snowy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, that you tend to get that a little bit more later on in the season than this. We're awfully close to the solstice, so you don't even get that much of a glare, really, for the most part.
Okay. So I think I'm excited for in this early slate, the Celebration Bowl. This is classic. Jackson State versus South Carolina State. This is played in Atlanta for the Black National Championship. This game is always great. The bands are there. The crowd is they pack that place out.
I love that I can quad box right away. Like,
yes,
we can get 11 a.m. Central Time quad box. Like, I mean, we got like D1, FCS, basically. You got the Celebration Bowl, Incarnate Word, South Dakota State. You got Valdosta State, Minnesota State. If you want to watch Susquehanna and Bethel, maybe some Mary Hardin, Baylor, and Johns Hopkins. Maybe Mount Union. Maybe the 2022 D3 champions North Central. That starts at noon. But you have a good amount of games to just quad box it up.
So then we can move on to the next time slot, the 2 p.m. slot, Central Time, of course. The big boy of that one, of course, is Army-Navy. Played on the same day as our first bowl game. How do we feel about that?
It's weird. I mean, the whole schedule this year is weird, and I think some of it is the playoff, but not all of it. Some of it is also because of the way the whole schedule fell, and there were 2 bye weeks, and Thanksgiving was super late, and everything's just all janky. So I haven't looked at the schedule for 2025. I assume it'll be better.
Say the line.
linear time was a mistake.
There you go. This year was very weird. The Thanksgiving being like a week later.
Yeah.
Like Jordan said, it was messing him up, and I'm like, it didn't mess me up because I realized that's when Thanksgiving was. But then like now it's like we're halfway through December already. I'm like, yeah, Thanksgiving really fucked me up. So I mean, it messed me up, and the schedule's a mess. Like Christmas is in the middle of the week. I mean, like same New Year's. It's just not a good calendar year, I would say. Like date wise, like
I get what you mean.
Yeah, and it's kind of just been like the same thing, personal life where like my checks have fallen weird because of the dates of the month. Like everything has just been like, you feel like you're maybe about 3 or 4 days off every week. Like something is like, oh, okay, something's wrong. And that's what the bowl schedule feels like. It feels like it's just slightly messed up. It's basically you try to rearrange Word and move like a line, and then like your whole
thing,
whole document got fucked up. So and you're trying to get it back to normal, and that's what the calendar feels like this year.
Okay, so Army Navy. I know it's kind of hard to have thoughts about this besides Go America. I think Army is the better team here. I think Army is probably going to win this by 2.
By 2 points, so safety?
Yeah, or it's going to be the smallest margin possible, 3. We'll say 3. It's going to be one of those where they just like maul each other for a bit.
What's the over under? Because I know like this is the notorious
2,
thing. Like
5.
we don't even
9.
No, I'm talking about like
I'm looking.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, I know.
I am
I'm
saying
38.5 points.
No, that sounds like a
under.
That feels like a lot. That feels like so many points.
That feels like a lot. That's like 21-17.
No.
Yeah, under.
And it's
going to be 10-13.
Yeah,
looks
man.
Like Army is around a 6.5 point favorite, which feels like that feels like so many points.
That feels like a 14-point spread.
It's
like
2 field goals.
Right. It doesn't because like Army doesn't. I this is me saying this, talking out of my ass, mostly vibes based, but I feel like Army doesn't kick a lot of field goals. Like they go down the field and they score. It just takes them a while.
Mm-hmm.
Their kicker popped up on the 32-yard field goal list. He's popped up on some of the prime kicks too. So good kicker too, and they don't kick too many field goals, which is really because it's like 4th and 2. They're like, fuck it, we're going for it. Which it doesn't happen too often. Which I mean, their offense is built to get 3 yards every damn play, at least at minimum. So yeah, I don't.
Okay, Pitt Girl, you weren't wrong. I had to make sure. I didn't want to talk about my ass. In what Army West Point, 8 field goals all year. Navy, 4 field goals all year.
Yeah, this is not a game that's going to have. If it has a weird margin, it's probably not going to be because of a field goal.
Yeah,
so it feels like there's going to be like an incredible. This game always comes down to like a gutsy fake punt, or a blocked punt, or a ridiculous onside kick that they didn't see coming, or there's always some sort of like special play that tilts the game. It feels like it's rare now that there were blowouts in this game. Like if you look at the history for a time frame where like I think Navy dominated the series for like so many years in a row, like there were blowouts in this game. Now doesn't feel like that happens anymore. And now I think I just spoke a blowout into existence, and I have no idea who's going to do
whatever. That's going to be if we see a blowout, that's like seeing a rare bird. I'm so excited. This is again why I don't bet on games. I don't like the idea that an outcome would be not good enough for me for whatever reason. I don't like that vibe. No. But if I had the under and all of a sudden this turned into
70-33,
you know what? Burn that ticket. Don't care. I saw something more rare.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. That's the thing about the gambling is like I never really grew up with like this disposable income to do this, and then like it feels kind of like you're if you're wrong, then you can't enjoy the game.
Yeah. If someone fumbles on the a 1 yard line and runs it all the way back at the very end of a game, I don't want to ever be in a position where I'm like, that fucked my over. Like, no. Or under, whatever.
Like,
yeah.
I wanna say, so there's you know that meme, like, worst person you know, like, made a good point.
Mhm.
But Darren Ravel would tweet,
Oh God.
he would
Fucking
tweet
Christ.
no, he would tweet every year about like I don't fill out a bracket because like I want to just be able to appreciate March Madness without like having other concerns. It became a thing because every year he would increase the number. Like 1 year he'd be like 5 years not filling out a bracket, and the next year it'd be like 8 years not filling out a bracket or so. Like it was like someone, I forget who. So it's the internet. People like to call you on your bullshit, but someone went back and like made like a compilation of all the stuff he said. But like I agree with that. That's why the only things that I would ever put money on is like something that is so dumb that like if it happened it would just be hilarious, but it's so out. Like I signed up for a sports betting account just to put money on that final week parlay that would have gotten West Virginia into the Big 12 championship. I think I put $10 down. If West Virginia had made the Big 12 championship game, I would have made like $12,000. But and immediately the very first game was Oklahoma State, Colorado, which of course, like Oklahoma State was down. They lost it, what, like 50 something nothing. Like
they were immediately down though.
They got their asses beat.
Right, but it it has to be some dumb stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't put money on something and then be sweating like I'm Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Like I can't live my life like that.
Sickos Committee, absolutely absurd bets only. This is not gambling.
I mean, here's the other thing. I mean, people are like, well, like it matters to me more because of the stakes. I can watch 2 JV teams I've never heard of play football for 32 seconds, and I will have strong opinions in those 32 seconds about who I want to win. I will be deeply invested.
Well, okay.
Crazy how it turns on that. That happens to me all the fucking time. I have no preference going to a game, and at some point, something will happen.
When Arthur and I were at the Extra Points Bowl, we watched that happen to each other.
Well, okay, partly that was because the whole booth settled into tribes of Pennsylvania versus Ohio, so we did have some skin in the game.
Yeah,
but
that was it.
No, I mean, so here's my thing, right? If you feel like you need to have like skin in the game to care about a game that's just gonna be on TV or something, like, man, like just don't watch. Like there's so much other stuff you could be doing with your life. You know what I mean? Like go for a walk or something. You need money on the game for you to care about it, then man, there's so many things you could be doing with your life besides trying to find a way to watch football.
Touch grass.
Exactly.
Or give us the money. That's fine.
Oh yeah, hey, we'll burn it for you. Folks, at the same time...
Are we segueing to ads now? Or?
No.
Okay.
We would never do that.
I do want to say at the same time as this game, I'm not going to. Keep driving. This is at the same time at 2:00 on ESPN Plus, UC Davis at South Dakota.
Ooh.
This is the 5-4 game.
Oh yeah.
So they're the closest together in terms of... Right. This is in Vermillion, South Dakota. UC Davis on the road. UC Davis only lost this year was Montana State. Funnily enough, Idaho's only losses this year were Montana State and UC Davis. The Big Sky sorted itself very nicely this year. This one is a lot of fun in terms of getting to see Big Sky, Missouri Valley contest.
Yeah.
This is my version of SEC Big Ten bowl games. Like I just want to watch these dudes just punch each other. Okay. 2:30, Mercer at North Dakota State. Mercer coming out of the SoCon. Yes.
I'm so glad we're back in Dakota's season.
Right.
Anytime we mention a school from the Southland Conference, I'm sorry, the Southern Conference, I apologize, not Southland. but the Southern Conference, and then we abbreviate, SoCon. There's always somebody that responds to this SoCon Ds,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, do that.
Yeah. I will.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I will present them.
Delightful. Yeah. I was watching a South Park thing the other day, and it wasn't that, but yeah, the Sickles present them.
Present them.
Also, at 2:30, if you don't want any of this stuff, actually, there's a perfect quad box there. There's 4 games.
Yes.
Ferris State versus Slippery Rock. It looks like Ferris State is bowling forward towards McKinney, Texas in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But Slippery Rock's been very good out of the PSAC.
Mhm.
No, yeah, PSAC. Thank you.
Yeah, PSAC power.
So the other
Fair
the other
State,
this is-
eat them into the sun.
I feel morally obligated. I know that IUP and Slippery Rock are mortal rivals, but as a Pennsylvanian who has no real affiliation to any of the PSAC schools, I feel morally obligated to root for Slippery Rock. Especially because look at the Rock in his pimp coat.
Yeah.
Look at him. So fluffy and pimp Rock.
So fluffy.
Look at him.
Folks, if you like what we do, you can go to our link tree, our Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profile to see all the things and discounts we offer you. Join our Patreon for $5 a month. You get access to our Discord where we hang out, talk ideas, come up with off-season things. We also have 3 different podcasts behind the paywall as well. Our merch store, sickoscommittee.org. Our YouTube, our Instagram, our Twitch, our Substack. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses Podcast. They go the places we refuse to go. And as always, Home Field Apparel for the softest, comfiest collegiate apparel, officially licensed. They got pants, they got shirts, hoodies, crew necks, all the things you could possibly want. The hats are great too. So if you need a last minute gift for someone, I don't know if it'll get you there in time, but just give them a gift card. Let them pick out. It's fine. Just let them pick things out, because you don't know that they don't want a banana slug or a gooey duck or an osprey.
Yeah.
So let them choose.
Or a Rock wearing a very fluffy fur coat.
Commish is wearing his New Jersey Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I have my Tulane hoodie on that I live in, that I took a picture with. Oh, I didn't even say this. Guys, I saw, hold up. Well, wait then. No, I'll just pivot this into the next topic. Pivot.
Do it.
Pivot.
I saw the college football playoff trophy today.
Why was it in a grocery store in the DFW?
It was in a Tom Thumb in Frisco, Texas.
Why?
And so I show up because I've seen the Dallas Cowboy trailer before, and they show off all their Super Bowl trophies. There's a trailer they take around. They park it in grocery parking lots so you can see things. But I pull up and I'm like, oh, it's a nice Tom Thumb. I don't know what anyone is. So there's no truck outside. There's no branding. There's no see the trophy here sign. I go inside and I desperately do not want to ask a poor minimum wage employee, hello, where is the football trophy in your grocery store? Because that makes it sound like I need to be helped out of the store. That's welfare check stuff. So I go in, I walk around, nothing's there. I go in the back of the store and there's a dude in a black polo standing next to the goddamn trophy in front of the end cap of Dr. Pepper.
This still has not answered why.
I mean,
They
what
take it
else
around
are they
every
gonna
week.
do with it?
They take it around every week to different places. It's been all over. The problem is they don't announce it till the day of, and it's always Tuesday at 2. Go to this grocery store.
Oh my God. It's probably going to be in a Giant and State College in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they do that. It's been in Alabama pretty recently, in Tuscaloosa. Yeah.
If you're going to do it, at least put it in Wegmans.
I love that you got a picture of it, and then they just have it on the end cap.
Yeah.
But they have this portable display of Bigelow tea.
It's right
in front of it. In front of it. It's just they didn't move the tea. There's here's the trophy, and the tea stays.
Listen, the district manager said that we need to make sure that we sell more tea. They didn't say we need to sell more trophies.
Nope.
There was a tiny little sign that said, do not touch the trophy.
Cheryl says if I move my end caps one more time, she's going to demote me down to the Piggly Wiggly.
I mean, like as a motorsports fan, because like they have a lot more in terms of sponsorships. Like it's not uncommon to just randomly, especially like race week, market, just have like driver appearances in random places. Especially like if you're sponsored by, like I know like AJ Allmendinger is sponsored by like Celsius, the drink. So like if you're in a market that's having a NASCAR race, like pretty much any convenience store, grocery store, gas station, like AJ Allmendinger could be there doing an appearance. Like when you have a brand, when you have a sponsor, I don't know if this is through Dr. Pepper. I assume that the grocery store, I don't know, they're I don't know what owner who they owns them, but
I assume it's like probably like Albertsons and Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna guess that that's it.
yeah. I mean, like they just it's a way to get value for your sponsorship.
They see Tom Thumb is now a subsidiary of. It looks like they're moderately independent. Nope, they're Albertsons.
There
Okay.
you go.
There you go. Okay.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen other trophies in grocery stores?
No, and people walking by were very confused. I'm just gonna say there was a line. I was the second person in line. Like as I walked up, it was a guy and his kid, and they were just like, "Can we have a picture of the trophy? Is it the real one?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's the real one." Huh?
I saw the Stanley Cup in a giant eagle once.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've seen a trophy in a grocery
It was
store.
after it was awarded to someone, right?
Yes, that was part of his day. Yeah.
You don't tour the trophy before anyone wins it. Like this is a ownerless trophy. This is just here's the trophy out of any context whatsoever. That's weird.
I saw the Pinstripe Bowl trophy in the William Pitt Union before Pitt played in the 2016 Pinstripe Bowl and lost.
Okay. How did it make you feel? How did you feel towards Pitt and the Pinstripe Bowl?
I mean, I saw on Twitter that it was there. I went to go see it. It was fine. They were giving out t-shirts, I think, which was the actual reason why I went. So
yeah, I mean, if you go to Pitt's bowl game in Detroit, the trophy will be in the concourse until they're ready to like take it out and award it. So, like, I got my picture taken with it back in 2019 when Pitt went to this game. I'm probably gonna get a picture with it again this year.
So when it comes to free things, just get me here. Free food, lowest. Free clothing, gonna get me there. Free Nalgene or water bottle, every time. I have so many free Nalgenes, like the old ones that had the BPA that'll kill you.
who's giving out like water bottles that nice?
I apparently my tuition went to it in college because I have like 2 or 3, and they have.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's almost like you went to a fancy pants Ivy League school.
They did make me do an alcoholic screening beforehand, and the line to quote unquote have a secondary screening was so long, guys. If you got above a certain number, they like took you to the side to have an extra talk with you. That line had a wait.
Dartmouth.
Functioning alcoholics. It was, anyways, yeah, Nalgene, like the highest one, like that immediate there. I have several of those. Okay. We need to go on to bowl season because bowl season rolls beautifully into our talk of the Dave's games because the first bowl, of course, is on Saturday. Folks, if you've never done this before with us, our bowl ideas are always all over the place.
Totally normal.
We're going to talk about the bowls that interest us. We're going to mention everything, at least give you a little bit of tidbit around each one. But I don't feel the need to go, and this goes for some semifinal games too. As always, we don't feel the need to go into super big depth about a lot of these.
We are inspired by and indebted to our intellectual for-parent The Shutdown Fullcast and 40 for 40, especially the year that they did individual episodes for every bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't 1 year. That was 5. They did that.
They did
Was
that
it really?
all the time.
It was a long time.
It was great, and they would just preview the bowl game on
You get
how
a
long they felt.
45-second episode. It was so good.
There was one on the Potato Bowl where it lives in my head forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very short one. And all I remember is Holly Anderson screaming, "It's the only bowl with chives in its logo."
Yep.
Yes.
And that stays in my head. I skeeted that earlier today. And Holly,
I skeeted it to everyone. To you.
That's right.
To you.
Holly,
I skeeted you. I skeeted you.
You should
Holly
seek medical
quote
attention.
skeeted it. Holly quote tweeted it today too. So
Squeeded is way much better. Hold up.
Oh,
Got a new platform idea. We're calling it Squitter.
Squeet.
And you squeet at each other. Here, I'm gonna send Pitt Girl a squeet. Splorch sound.
and then like every account
You can control the moistness of the sound effect on your phone.
I'm so sad.
Do you want a dry splurch or a real squelch splort? No,
Okay, that's
splort
enough.
is our cryptocurrency.
Why did we?
Come to Squeet, get splort.
Okay.
Normal
But you need so
bowl
many
preview.
slurp juices
How
to
did
be able to
Was
splurt.
it me wiping my mouth as I said the word skeet? That did it?
I guess. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry.
I apologize.
Don't lie to us.
Okay. Bowl game. First up, the ISIS Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Hey man, I mean,
Sorry, it's ISIL now, I believe.
no, honestly, like you gotta. I mean, Assad is done in Syria, and like the descendants of ISIS, I guess, had a big part in that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I don't know what to say about them now. You know, it's a situation that's evolving.
Gotta hand it to him. No,
You do not under any
here's the real-
circumstances have to.
Here's the real life thing, right? That is like way beyond us. Like it's one thing for us to be like, man, like we don't know how we're supposed to talk about this or what we're supposed to say, but like official things aren't sure because it's like, okay, these people are gonna run Syria now, but like officially they're still on like all like the terror alerts and everything. Like
and
it's
that's
an
all the time we have for.
actual-
No. It's all the time we have for International Politics Corner.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to making squid jokes.
Our sesquicentennial segment.
Back to Montgomery, Alabama. In the Crampton Bowl.
IS4S, Integrated Solutions, whatever it is.
Like bowl season, Sickos Committee contains multitudes.
IS4S. It sounds like a really bad boy band from like the early aughts.
They are integrated solutions for systems speed with discipline since 2008.
I'm just gonna call this the Camellia Bowl. It's the nicest thing I could call it, honestly.
The what?
The Camellia Bowl.
Oh, okay. It is the Camellia Bowl.
I'm looking at the things they make, and yep, defense contractor. They do have a page about decontamination systems and electromagnetic warfare.
Yeah, we talked about this the last time when they announced that this bowl game was called this.
I learn new things every time. Again,
like I said, like they need to change their name because I'm
Goldfish
sorry,
Jordan.
like we're not the
Goldfish
only ones
Jordan.
making this joke. Everyone's making this joke, and you know, it's on them. It's on them to fix it. But no, I mean, this game is interesting because they only have.
Have I even said who's playing in it? Let's do that. Can we
Well,
get that
okay,
first?
so here's why it's interesting to me because they announced it early. If they'd waited until the actual like Sunday to announce it, it would be giving these teams and fan bases 6 days notice to get to their bowl game. Instead, they got like 10 days notice, which still like isn't great, especially for one of these teams has a long way to go to get down to Montgomery or not Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama, yeah. From
'Cause we
Kalamazoo to Montgomery.
We have Western Michigan coming from Kalamazoo, and then South Alabama coming from next door.
Direct flights from Kalamazoo.
Jesus Christ.
To Montgomery, Alabama. Do they have that? It's like 12 stops.
No, connecting flights only. It's going to take me 7 hours.
Okay.
We do have a bull picker wheel here because we love our picker wheels. Something we're going to talk about this game.
Yeah, it looks like at least 2 stops.
Here's our thing we're going to talk about here. It is head coach swap mandatory for this game. Now, here's the problem. Major Applewhite is the head coach at South Alabama. I don't know who's coaching Western Michigan right now.
The new coach.
I will coach Western Michigan.
He just got hired.
Okay.
This year is Lance Taylor.
Okay, thank you. Like all those things you're saying about him are probably true. I don't know who this is. Okay. Next up, we
got hired last year. Sorry.
We bowl on. We go on to the Frisco Bowl, which I will be attending at 8 p.m. on ESPN on Tuesday, the 17th. This is also me officially putting in my notice that I will not be on the podcast that evening.
That's fine. I will pretend to be you, as I often do when you are not available.
No, you're going to call in from your cell phone.
Oh, I will. Absolutely.
No, don't do that.
No,
Yeah,
for like 5 minutes.
Patch
And
me
then,
in.
Like
The
I
audio
did after
is
the
so
Mayo
good.
Bowl.
You
Yes.
better have good reception.
No,
I need to see at least 3 bars.
Listen, I did my best.
I need to see at least 3 bars.
I mean, Jordan's going to have that sweet, sweet press box Wi-Fi. So.
that is
No.
true. So I can go up there. I just can't sit there. There's the difference.
Yes. All right.
Press box squatter.
Mhm.
This is, of course, two teams both alike in dignity.
Oh my
Memphis and
God.
West Virginia. Has West Virginia hired a coach yet? They said they're about to.
They're still talking about Rich Rod.
Okay.
There was a whole statement by University President Gordon G that did not make any sense, blamed the fans for killing college football.
Feels right.
And also just generally, like, the vibes are very weird, which makes me think that they are going to hire Rich Rod.
I know his name is Gordon G, but I just want to call him Golly G.
Usually
You
it's
know
Gordon
who
G,
this
but-
Gordon G is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Little Sisters of the Poor Gordon G from
Yes.
Ohio State. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And which was bad and not even close to the worst thing he said. Like,
Oh, no. That's just what everyone knows him
Oh,
for.
yeah. Other quotes from Gordon G from today
Yeah.
include, but not limited to, I can't get 65,000 people to a chemistry lecture, but I can get 65,000 to a football game.
mhm.
Buddy, are you sure about that?
Okay, wait. So
Only
wait,
if the weather's nice.
Why was he speaking if they weren't announcing a new football coach?
There's been
We're hiring a football coach. No one asks me about the physics department. Everyone wants to know who's going to be the damn football coach. Yes, Gordon, we
Well,
do want to know that.
I mean, they probably asked him about the physics department as in, will they still be there next year?
and the answer to that is no, because of the football coach.
I have one more, and then I'll stop reading
Yeah.
reading Brett McMurphy quoting this press conference. West Virginia President Gordon G. on possibility of Rich Rod returning to West Virginia. Quote, I think he would be well received by a large set of our population. He left in a very unruling manner. If he were to come back, it would have to be as a prodigal son. Can he come back? I don't know. I've come back twice.
Okay.
God damn it.
Yeah.
The worst imaginable timeline.
And the brawl's on September
least-
13th.
At least, like you didn't read the Bob Huggins quote
What is that?
from him.
Oh,
What was it?
oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to
Quote-
scroll up for that one.
Quote, I have a lot of Bob Huggins stories. One, we asked him to step down. He claimed he didn't sign the agreement, claimed it was his wife who signed it. Not true, my friend.
Okay.
Not that
Okay.
bad.
Okay. The Frisco Bowl, of course, is sponsored by Scooters Iced Coffee. Hey, Scooters. I don't want a brand for this podcast. Just give me some gift cards.
Hey, I actually touched the Scooters Coffee Bowl trophy after UTSA won it last year, their first bowl game in history to win. I went to a UTSA basketball game with my kiddo, and we got to take photos with the coffee trophy. So it was great.
So Jordan will have to do it too. It's like it's a sicko's visit. It's like the Pope.
It is.
You have to bless it.
You got to bless the trophy.
Our question for this is, we moved this bowl game 2 states north to that largest city in that state.
Okay.
That would be Kansas.
Kansas.
We're putting
So
it
we're going to Kansas City?
Topeka?
Is it Kansas City? Like, what's the biggest city in Kansas?
Wichita is the largest city in Kansas.
Okay.
Oh.
Put
It
it to
has
Shocker and Soul Stadium.
395,000 people in it. I would have
Really?
hit the under hard.
I
Yes,
don't know.
that's so many people. What?
Okay.
That is a lot. Okay.
The whole metro area has 790,000 people in it.
Okay. So Wichita, we need a
Wichita,
stadium.
We can just fictionally say that it's in the Ted Lasso universe.
I was
It
going to say
is?
it's in Wichita Shocker Stadium. Yeah.
It is in the Ted Lasso. Riverfront Stadium, Wichita. It is a baseball stadium. That is perfect.
Perfect.
It is near the Arkansas River, looking northeast, which is nice. The capacity, it says 18,000 for concerts, but the record attendance for baseball was 10,442, and that was a game between the Wichita Wind Surge and the Midland Rockhounds.
Sorry, the Wichita Wind Surge.
Yes.
That's
So
such an awful minor league name.
I'm really glad that we're moving this bowl game to a baseball
Yes.
stadium because I think the only thing that can save West Virginia's secondary is the infield fly rule.
Wind Surge sounds like a knockoff of like Twister.
It
Like
does.
we couldn't
Oh, yeah.
either it's like the asylum version of Twister or like a foreign language like bad translation of
crap.
Twister.
Sorry, I just realized the New Orleans Zephyrs, the AAA team that was in New Orleans, became the Wichita Wind Surge.
Jesus.
I just saw that.
It's like finding someone else who's been wearing your family's skin.
No,
Oh,
I looked at the wiki. I was like, holy crap, the Zephyrs there, and the AKA Baby Cakes, the New Orleans Baby Cakes.
They're going to move somewhere else and become the derecho.
Derecho. That's right.
Okay, then we skip a couple days. We're on to, I believe, a Friday. We have the Boca Raton Bowl. No, is that Friday? No, it's the next day. My bad.
That's Wednesday. That's Wednesday.
That's Wednesday,
17 and 18 are consecutive numbers.
Can we just pretend that it's a Friday so that I get out of work earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Who is the Boca Raton Bowl sponsor this year, folks?
Do they have one?
They do not. Roofclaim.com. Roofclaim.went.
They went under.
Did they? I don't know.
I have no idea.
So we could do this one.
It's fitting. Yeah. It's fitting because all the insurers are leaving Florida.
I was going to say maybe all the roofs got claimed. There weren't any roofs left for them.
Yeah.
So is this going to be like? I want to know. As we get closer to the game, does the number that you need to become the title sponsor go down? Like if we wait for like 5 minutes before kickoff, can we like snap up the sponsorship for like a crisp $5 bill?
I like that. It's like
we're getting in for $1.
The sponsorship is as low as $5.
Mm-hmm. I think if we've learned one thing from the past few weeks, you do need a little bit of lead time to secure a mutually beneficial sponsor. Like you can't just spring that on someone. So.
Yeah, true. And then we have to explain what we are.
This is JMU versus Western Kentucky at 4:30 p.m.
Ooh.
I'm kind of about this matchup in terms of it being like a very fighty two teams. JMU's gonna hate that I say this, on the up and up. Like JMU started the year a little rocky, it got significantly better. Western Kentucky's been a little up and down this year as well. I'm excited to see what this looks like.
So I am looking at the Boca Raton Bowl's website and I'm scrolling through their official bowl partners because there are like an abundance of them, honestly.
Ooh, like a crab bucket.
Honestly, yes. I'm still scrolling. Pratt and Whitney Dependable Engines, Duffy's Sports Grill, Amaranth, Bank of America, CP Group, Brick, whatever that. Like, there's so many, but the one that really caught my eye is one that has an absolutely incomprehensible logo that turns out to be GA Telesis, intelligently defining the future of aviation, a global aerospace platform with full-service aircraft maintenance and component services designed to keep clients flying forward. All that to say, I think we probably belong in this scroll list with all of the other sponsor companies of the Boca Raton Bowl who are not the title sponsor.
Who would say no? I mean, they probably would, but... Okay, Boca Raton Bowl. I think anyone else have opinions on JMU Western Kentucky?
No, this should be fun.
This has like low-key banger potential.
It does. I feel like this one could probably get a little unhinged at some point. Maybe just a lot of points, hopefully. Did we spin the thing or no?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, this bowl game expands is to become part of the college football playoff, and we get to 14 teams. I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
that's fine.
All right,
yeah,
perfect.
I think this is a playing game for the 12th spot or something like that. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, totally. Just add this.
No,
do like
the weird NCAA tournament thing and make it the play-in game for like the 7 seed.
Oh yeah, one of those. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it would be the play-in game for Notre Dame slot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. The 6th seed. Yeah, that's good.
That won't make anyone mad.
No, not at all.
This is the next one's the bowl that I've been telling people about of like, hey, if you want to watch something kind of crazy and fun, this is pretty good. The LA Bowl is Cal versus UNLV.
Oh god.
I love the vibes of this game so much.
Oh man.
I'm a little worried Cal's
Cal's
I'm a
so
little
happy.
worried Cal's going to get their ass beat,
I think they
though.
will too. That's fine though. They're just excited to be here. They get a trip to LA. The Cal fans in LA get to already be there. This isn't like a weird trip. They're not going to Shreveport again.
No,
As much as I love seeing Cal in Shreveport, I don't know that Cal likes seeing Cal in Shreveport. Their band
and so this
is
is
holding
the
on.
LA Bowl with like Gronk, right?
LA Bowl hosted by Gronk. I'm about to drop a link in the chat. I highly, highly encourage you to click the link.
What
Okay,
could go wrong? Oh, hello world.
Hello world.
No, I have an actual thing.
What?
You should have Gronk looking
What
very
am I
intensely
watching?
into the camera.
Yes.
I'm watching
my
a whole
God.
video of.
Yeah, I got a whole
Oh,
video.
there's a video. Okay.
On my
Yeah.
desktop, there's a video. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a belt.
There's a belt. Yes.
There's a video called Gronk 101, and I'm
Yeah.
not clicking on that video.
Oh,
I don't want
I
Gronk
immediately
101.
clicked it.
I think somebody in the Calgorithm dubbed this bowl or dubbed Ron Gronkowski as Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, isn't that the South Dakota State quarterback? No, it's someone else.
I think it's Gronkowski. No,
No, it's Gronowski, I believe.
Gronkowski. Yes, but like they put a combo Gronkowski, Oski. Like I don't know if I can find it, but it was like a half face thing, like
Guys,
half Gronk, half Oski.
Would you like to know what art of sport is?
Yeah, what is art of
Yes.
sport in this?
Okay,
Is it
art
not
of
whip shots?
sport is I'm reading their Wikipedia page here.
Okay.
Art of Sports is an American personal care company that produces a unisex line of body and skincare products marketed toward athletes. Its products include soaps, lotions, body washes, deodorants, and other personal care items.
Okay.
So there you have it. It is an actual thing that you can buy. So
Guys-
I feel like that's kind of rare for bowl sponsors now, but you
Hold
could
on.
go online and buy Art of Sport.
Why does it look like how Axe used to look?
Hold on.
I wonder if it's the same people.
It's the same brand. It's about Starco Brands. They're
Once they did whip shots, this is just
That's
part
right.
of that thing.
Today, it's disruptive brands includes Whip Shots, the world's only vodka-infused whipped cream. Art of Sport, the performance brand designed for athletes.
What else do they have?
Winona Pure, the first indulgent theater popcorn spray.
That's right.
powered
It's the
by-
air. It's popcorn
Powered by
air.
air.
So that's
Right.
going to be. So that's the sponsor next year.
Yes, it's the popcorn air. Gronk just
Scott-
huffing whip it and calling it popcorn air.
There's more. Skylar, the only fragrance that is both hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive
You
skin.
can't name your fragrance Skylar.
Skylar,
That's a person.
reach
So
for
Art
the Skylar.
of Sports, Art of Sport, I'm looking up, originally founded by the late Kobe Bryant.
One more.
Uh-huh.
Their final brand listed. Soylent.
Oh, fuck.
The
Holy
complete
crap.
non-dairy nutrition brand that is
I remember
definitely
that from
not made
last
out
year.
of people.
Can I say that the sweet prices at this game are not that bad? For
Really?
$6,000,
Okay.
18-person suite, 5 VIP parking passes, and a $1,200 catering credit. Honestly, if I had 18 friends to chip in, that's not that bad.
I mean,
What's-
you have
what's it
4
cost?
of us.
Hi.
Can we get like a special committee suite?
I mean, that's like $375 a person, but like with food and everything else, that's not bad. Anyways, go to the LA Bowl. Gronk will be singing. That's all you need to know.
Oh God, he's gonna do the national anthem again.
I assume so.
I'm sure he is.
Why
Okay.
why the fuck would you not? If I put my name on a bowl, I would demand to do everything.
You
Do you
want
think it would be better
I
or
would give
worse
Dr.
than
Pepper a
last time?
toss shot. Would you say?
Better or worse than last time?
The same. There's no way he's gotten better or worse. It is a static skill.
Yeah, there's also no way Gronk has practiced anything between last time and now.
no?
Yeah.
Or he comes out being classically trained.
One thing I see on this website here for the bowl game itself, labowl.sofistadium.com, under the game day, it says there is a fan fest from 4 to 6 p.m., but no tailgating is permitted in any parking zone at SoFi Stadium for the event.
This came up for other things too at SoFi.
It
It
was
was the
for the
national
national-
title game.
National
Yeah,
title
this
game,
was
yeah.
an issue for the national championship last year too.
Yep.
God, just stupid.
SoFi hates fun.
stories. Okay, so we skip forward to Thursday night then. And this gets us to the New Orleans Bowl, which is the one in the Superdome that is not the Sugar Bowl. And this is always the fun one because usually this is just a local team looking to get real fighty. And this being the week before Christmas, I mean, it's usually this early, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is a drinking fun one.
And it's a good time. 6
p.m. Okay.
That's good. So like it gives you plenty of time to get get a good meal for lunch, do some tailgating, enjoy the game. And
now,
then
Commish, I don't know
at
the scene. Is this a gonna have lunch at Commander's Palace? Or I'm gonna have, a po' boy for lunch or something. So keep it light.
I mean, you need a good base, so probably a po' boy would be much better. You need that bread for all the drinking you're about to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely.
You're drinking for a while, right?
Yeah. Again, when you go to New Orleans, just like what I tell you with Mardi Gras, it's a marathon, not a sprint. All right, you need to
It's a good way to keep hydrated.
I mean, if you want to stay at the Pado's piano bar and yell at the dueling piano folks to play Piano Man for like 6 hours.
I want you to imagine what a dueling piano bar in San Antonio on the Riverwalk looks like during a music teachers convention.
Oh no!
I've seen one in New Orleans during a music teachers convention.
Is it okay? Is it as stupid as mine was?
I look, man. It was like a teachers convention there, and this one lady, I mean, I had a bunch myself, and my cousin Pam was there, who's from San Antonio. She was there in New Orleans, and this was after Katrina, so this is like maybe like early 2006.
Okay,
so we're there. There's a teachers convention, so like the city's just trying to get itself back on the feet, and the piano bar is just packed, and so there's like teachers just, I mean, teachers let loose. They are. Mm-hmm. When they are not in class, oh my God, you want to party with a teacher. I just want to do it.
Hey, Beth, what level of teacher party is the best?
I have no idea.
Don't?
No.
Elementary music teachers are insane.
Oh, well, yeah. Usually that's not so much a party as it is like a riot that is sprung up somewhere.
It's just like trays of test tube shots.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I've never seen the staff at Pado's like this stressed ever at Pat O'Brien's. Like
it's so unshakable, and then the teachers show up, and it's fucking Fallujah.
No, they were running out of the hurricane glasses.
Yeah,
like they were just running out of them. Like they didn't have enough.
Because the elementary music teachers were slamming them on the ground.
They were just going nuts. So I mean, I was joining along with them. It was great.
I mean, the other thing is that the person who has the worst job that day is whoever is the person who's standing too close to the table with like the 4 guys who are all piano majors who are trying to convince them to let like them go up and take a set.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, the only thing that I remember is that we were sitting next to, I think, a science teacher.
Yeah.
That was in the teachers convention, and it was so loud or whatever. The only thing that I can really remember saying, and also I had a lot to drink, is my cousin and the teacher, we all would just scream osmosis, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's it.
Teachers are what to do.
It was just, we're just screaming and singing along with the songs, and it was just like they're leaving like osmosis, bitch. And that's it. That's all I remember.
I've never been to New Orleans, but this is a truly great advertisement for it.
And then I reenacted George W. Bush's speech about Katrina in front of Jackson Square that was closed that night. That's what my cousin said I did. And she said I did a really good job.
Jesus. This is, of course, Sam Houston and Georgia Southern. Sam Houston had a surprisingly good season. Georgia Southern, less happy with their season. Georgia Southern fans are not happy with how this season has gone. Really? You're going to make that argument?
I mean, if I was a Georgia Southern fan, like you want to win the Sun Belt, but like still, you're going to a bowl game. It could be worse.
I mean, I guess yeah. Anyways, go on.
You could be App State, but you beat them.
That's Yeah, like they almost didn't though.
29-20. They they still won.
Also, almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and atomic warfare. It's fine.
Okay. I mean, look, Georgia Southern's 8-4, man.
Yeah, I know. That's not what they want.
I know. They want to win the Sun Belt East, but they were a game behind Marshall. One game.
Then they
So
beat
that's
Marshall
why
too, which is the part that annoys them.
That's why I'm like,
Okay, it's fine. But Old Dominion 47, Georgia Southern 19. Make
That's
sense
the one
of
that
result.
pisses them
Make
off.
sense
Yeah.
of that result for me.
That's the one that pisses them off. That's the one that pisses them off the most. And probably the Troy loss 28-20.
The Troy loss. Yeah.
That
Okay.
hurts too. But again, they wanted the Sun Belt East and they were close. Close. A game away.
This, of course, also is the Arnell Carriers Bowl. Has been Arnell Carriers Rose Bowl for fucking decades at this point. 20 years.
I'm so mad they updated the commercial last year. I wanted like that original commercial they had. But they updated it. They updated the technology. I was like, no. Give me the old 20-year-old commercial, and they like updated it. I just got mad.
Now, folks, this game does not have a bowl sponsor, but our wheel says we have to a bowl mascot. The wheel says we have to make a mascot for this bowl. It's got to be just a hurricane glass, right? With like googly eyes.
I mean, could we just use the New Orleans Pelicans King Cake Baby?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's
Done.
well, no, that's probably going to be a problem in New Orleans because the King Cake Baby doesn't come out until like it's officially King Cake season, which is not until like after King's Day,
Okay,
which
so,
is like the first
Can
week of
we
January.
make any sort of argument that the King Cake Baby is a representation of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to take the King Cake Baby mascot and
Make him
retrofit
Christmas.
it into Sweet Baby Jesus.
King Cake Baby Jesus?
Yeah, just,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how you can we have like a little drummer boy too? I mean,
We'll give him like a little halo.
still
Love
gonna be
it.
terrifying looking.
This is
But
my
has
least
a
favorite
halo.
cathedral stained glass window I've ever heard of.
King Cake, like medieval drawings
Yeah.
of the Virgin and baby
With,
Jesus
like, the
with
guy
the
who
baby's
spon-
King Cake
Yeah,
Baby.
but like with the guy who sponsored the window, like very small in the corner.
Oh my god.
Jordan, I am putting this in the Photoshop ideas thread for you.
Thank you.
I like this game. I feel like it's a bit of a bummer that Casey Keeler is off the Temple for this bowl game. So there's an interim coach. I feel like Sam Houston. I'm gonna enjoy this color matchup though. The orange and the navy blue. This is gonna be nice. I hope they go some good unis. Color versus color would be great, but I know that's against the rules.
Coward.
I mean, I don't know that would look great on this one, but yeah, sure.
I like the blue and the navy blue and the orange. I like it.
Pick girl.
The helmets would be great. It's a helmet matchup.
This is entirely tangential, but I scrolled up in the Photoshop thread in our secret planning Discord, and I saw the Photoshop you did of Tubby on a shower curtain.
Yes.
We should
That-
make that. Can we have that?
I think it's great.
Uh,
Go up a little further and you'll see Tubby being practically perfect in every way, which is my personal favorite of today.
Mayo Bowl, I need you to make the Tubby shower curtain, please.
The idea, someone had the idea when I posted this that you should turn that shower curtain inward to surprise your guests. So your guests listen to you, you're in the shower, pull the curtain, and there's Tubby staring at you.
I feel like at that point, your day has taken a shift in a direction that you will never forget.
yeah, you ain't gonna forget it.
Hi there. Hi there.
Huh?
Just
I'm Tubby.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
yeah, I can't figure. He's got the Rick and Morty eyes, so I keep wanting to lean towards a Rick and Morty voice, but no, it doesn't work for Tubby. I don't know that Tubby has a voice. He's just because he's
Does
so
that store have the
emotive.
option at home and living section to make
Shower curtains. Jesus
we got
Christ.
we got wall art accessories.
Towels, not a towel.
We got pillows.
Tubby hand towel, tubby hand towel
We got
hanging in your
pillows.
Tubby
bedroom.
pillows. Okay.
We got blankets.
Tubby body pillow. Put it in the idea thread right now.
No.
It's not a body pillow.
I'm not saying. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll put the
All
body
right.
pillow someplace else.
Okay.
My
You're gonna
tubby
need-
body pillow.
There's a custom plushie.
You're going to need a
That I-
big spoon, but for a different reason.
I can make a Sickos plushie.
I have to say this to get it out
minimum's
of my head
300.
because
Oh,
it's just
Lord.
going to stay there forever.
Oh,
Yeah.
we could get
Waifu tubby.
Yeah, waifu. Oh, tubby-tan. Okay, a little chibi version of tubby.
Everyone-
Tubby-chan.
Everyone who's listening to this, just like go on social media, give an @ if you think we could hit a 300 order for a Sickos
plushie.
plushie.
Jesus
A
Christ.
Sickos plushie. It's gonna be a little expensive. It'd probably be about 30. I think we'd have to sell it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we would definitely have to do a pre-order for that, like Sickos guys.
Well, no.
So,
It had to be like we have to get a minimum order of 300
We have
for
to buy
a
them
Sickos guy.
first.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
before we could even get it off the ground. Yeah, that's a lot.
Why
Okay.
did you guys
Plushies are
have to
hard.
get your first warehouse? Well,
Well, so okay, I reached out because I saw a minor league baseball team make not a bobblehead, but a toothbrush holder. And I said, tell me where these minor league baseball teams go for their shit, for all their promotional shit. Tell me that
Yeah.
company. I
Yeah.
want to know where that company is because they can make anything.
Yeah.
And I want access to anything. Oh, I also in fits of Ritalin, Ritalin brain,
Mhm.
I was like, what if we just bought our own professional die cutter so we can get all the stickers we want for ourselves? Those are very expensive machines.
welcome, listener, to our merch planning meeting.
Yeah, in the middle of the podcast. It's great. You'll hear this on Thursday.
we're so good at this.
We are the
God,
best.
that's so good. Okay, the Cure Bowl. A Cure Bowl.
The cure for the common podcast.
Can I say that the Cure
We
Bowl?
fixed
No,
it.
I
Become
like
one of my
the Cure
favorite-
Bowl.
What this has become quickly one of my favorite bowl games because this has been the one that has Conference USA and MAC champions. And this is a legitimate champion versus champion where I don't think, do we have any other ones?
We do. Marshall
What
and
is-
Army.
Oh, thank you. Marshall Army, yes.
Yeah,
Indian
the
Invincible.
two. There's two bowl games where it's G5 champion versus G5 champion,
Cowards.
which is. I mean, I would love like a G5 playoff for this, but just like put a little bracket here. But I love the fact because I listened to the podcast and like Joey was like they could have broke this news like Ohio.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But they were scared to break it. But I'm like, if you're the committee and you have this info and you break it and then you're wrong, they're like, hey, we're just sickos.
No,
We don't know
that would,
anything.
that would make you so mad. I know how your brain works. That
Me?
would that would
Yeah.
make
Okay,
you
no,
so
no.
mad if you fucked that up.
I would
No,
probably
because
do that,
here's the other thing though, is that we don't want to be the ones getting stuff out before it's ready because like we don't have that kind of
That's-
relationship
That's not
with.
us.
I mean, like if we want to break
don't-
it,
I don't wanna-
go ahead. Then like good luck getting
I
people
don't want
to
to be.
invite us.
I don't want to be
places and
breaking
stuff.
news. I want to
No.
be like quote tweeting and reacting to news.
Yeah, we
That's what
just
I-
have takes.
We just
Well,
have.
so
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Cure Bowl. My favorite thing about the Cure Bowl is the way it's phrased. It's always like the sponsor Cure Bowl, so it makes us sound like we're curing the sponsor, right? So
Mhm.
like we've cured
Mhm.
Auto Nation. Auto
Yes.
Nation, we've solved that. There's no more Auto Nation. We've cured it.
Sorry,
We've cured avocados from Mexico.
we did that.
This
God.
this great country will
Know
no
the
longer
walls in
be
the back.
afflicted by avocados from Mexico.
I mean,
Avocados
the
from other
tariffs
countries.
are certainly going to cure avocados from Mexico.
Yeah, avocados from other countries are still plaguing our nation's streets, but
For just
avocados from
pennies a
Mexico
day.
we've cured. So this year, what are we curing?
Can I say? I
Staff-
know what this is. Yeah.
Oh.
Go, Commish.
Staff DNA.
Okay, not SATPH.
No.
Yeah.
Are you
not-
sure?
Yeah, this is staff DNA. Like I'm staffing your DNA with little people.
Yeah, so Staff DNA, I've looked it up, is a staffing company. Like it helps, I guess, I'm not sure the exact sort of staffing it does, if it's actually like placing people or if it's just like a job board or whatever. But basically, it helps healthcare industry find workers and helps like healthcare workers find
Yeah.
jobs. Like it's
So it says
So that's done now. We're gonna end this.
It's an employment agency dedicated to healthcare professionals, offering high-paying travel nurse and allied health jobs.
Yep.
Oh, hey, they're based out of Plano.
And it's an app?
Oh, so we're saying nice things about them. Okay, so this looks like the easiest, best app I've ever seen.
Oh,
It works
like
so
someone
smooth.
else's job.
we are curing it, so
We're carrying
Yes, making it better or worse. I'm not sure which. The Cure Bowl is played at the MLS Stadium in Orlando. Is that where it's played now? Or
I
they
think
move it?
so.
there's a lot of stadiums in Orlando.
Orlando has like a lot of stadiums and
Oh,
Camping
this is back at
World.
Camping-
Oh,
this is back at
wow.
Camping World.
It's in the big one.
It's back at Camping World now. Okay.
Okay. All right.
They've played this game in 3 different fucking stadiums in Orlando.
They
That just
have.
tells you how many.
They have. I last year the avocados from Mexico was a 13-9, like
Ugh.
11 fumble thriller. I think. Did App State win it? App
this-
State won it.
Yeah.
It won it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
because
was the
the
game. That
quarterback
was the
was
game with the
Aguilar.
non-transparent midfield logo.
Yes, it was everywhere.
Oh, yes. That's right.
Where
Remember
it
this.
was like they needed the full like black square around the logo.
Yes, it was.
The
It was
paint
just.
was everywhere.
It was the bowl logo where they forgot to remove background, and
It's a PNG, yeah.
that PNG was definitely not a PNG. It was not. It had that fake background. You still have to remove.
Now, I'm going to have to warn you folks that all these games are on a Friday and that we have our first weekday 11 a.m. kick on Friday, December 20th. So if you are not done with your job yet, college football has assumed that you are. 11 that's a noon local kick in Florida on a Friday afternoon. Okay. The afternoon game, the 2:30 Central game, is the Gasparilla Bowl, and that is Florida versus Tulane.
That's
game
not
that-
how you say that game.
The Gasparilla Bowl
Thank you.
for my time in Barcelona. This is a game that I am so excited about. It's hard to contain because these
Really?
are two teams who, yes, like Florida Tulane feels like a really good game,
That's such a vibe.
right?
It is.
Like Florida, you're tolerable. I can deal with you in this context.
Like, and we got the wave and the gator
Yeah.
vibes.
Mm.
Just good vibes only.
I mean, it's a former SEC conference matchup.
Yes.
True.
I'm happy that Coach John Summerall is not leaving Tulane. I'll say that.
He's all in, as I've
he
seen.
did the gif of he's not fucking leaving from Wolf of Wall Street, and that's pretty much the only thing I've seen of that movie.
Well, it goes great for him after he says
It definitely does, right? I've heard things that some bad things happen to that person, but let's hope they don't happen to Coach John Summerall. There's a couple of different things. The QB for Tulane has entered the transfer portal, so that's a little bit different. Tulane's not going to look the same offensively, I don't think. Is Florida's QB like DJ Lagway? Is he going to play? Is he healthy? I think he's going to be because he did play in the previous game. So,
Yeah, I think he's playing.
I don't think Tulane's going to be at full strength here. But again, I love the trophy for this game.
Bowls
It's
are weird.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a treasure chest. I mean, who doesn't want a fucking treasure chest trophy? It's awesome. It's a vibe. The Gators helmet and the wave. It's a good one. I'm just happy that Tulane is going to a bowl game where the weather is nice compared to them going to the Military Bowl last year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you saw them, Pitt Girl.
Yeah.
I did.
It was right. Yeah, I forgot. Man, we-
Wonderful. weather
Yes,
for that one.
I was in like drowned rat mode for that entire game.
Yeah.
And there were people mudsliding down the hill.
Yes.
And I hung out next to a car that looks like a bowling pin.
Oh, that's right, because that was the Go Bowling one. Yes.
Yes.
It was the Go Bowling one. That's right.
Like not even like not the mascot, the whatchamacallit, the brand is interesting on this one. It's Union Home Mortgage. Okay, cool. I guess.
Is the rate guaranteed?
No, not anymore.
No,
That's
we
the one.
can't-
That's the
we
other
can't
one.
guarantee
That's the other,
anything.
no, I'm just saying, like, there's another mortgage thing.
Our spin
Maybe their
says.
rates are guaranteed.
Our spin says we swapped the quarterbacks for this game. Well, all of a sudden, DJ Lagway goes. I mean, Tulane gets way better all of a sudden.
Tulane gets way better here. I think they should do that. They should have to do that. They have to abide by that.
Okay, put a pin in this. Bowl game, but you pick teams from the two teams.
Ooh.
Ooh, bowl game draft.
Yes.
Bowl game draft. What is this, like the Pro Bowl?
Like, yeah, it's like the Pro Bowl or the All-Star game or whatever they do. Yes.
Sure, that'll work.
I mean, if you think about, like, especially the NBA All-Star game, that's the one I'm most familiar with. But I feel like bowl games and All-Star games might have a similar level of, like, existentially, we need to figure out how to make this entertaining at some point in the future.
I mean, bowl games. Bowl games are such a good thing. I was trying to describe to someone one of the radio things I did this week or the podcast things. Why bowl games are such good. Put it on when everyone's at your house television, because you can hard focus, you can soft focus. It gives you something to talk about. You can talk, even people who don't know anything about football can be like, oh, look at that mascot. He's so silly. Or why is it called the Avocados? Or what is this team? There's something to talk about for everyone.
Why is there a giant Pop-Tart? Like so many things.
Why are they chanting to consume him? Why does he only have one eye, like a Greek god of old being consumed by the snake?
Why is this person in the crowd eating a jar of mayo?
Right. And if it's teams that you know, then you can get in a fight with your uncle that basically boils down to what if Richard Nixon fought Gambit from X-Men?
I mean, Nixon in that one, clearly. I think that bowls are such a perfect little dish to have because
I'm about to name for myself today.
You can absolutely they can be whatever you want. And I understand, I think we all understand here the idea that the bowls themselves, especially on like this end of it, have ceased to be like these beautiful special little things, but that's okay. Because some are still beautiful special little things, and not everyone can have an edible Pop-Tart. Sometimes you just have to be the bowl.
I want you to like these bowl folks.
Hey man, shout out to Bowl.
Shout out to Bowl. That's right. Is he still with the Nuggets? Or
the Bowl
I was on the Suns.
Brought to you by Pyrex.
All right.
Yes.
So okay, but define all three versions of that bowl, please.
Bowl, the basketball player.
Okay.
Bowl game brought to you by Pyrex, makers of glass bowls.
Bowl. Brought to you by Pyrex.
The bowl.
A bowl. Okay.
Brought to you by Pyrex.
There we go. But like, not everyone has to be, like I said, this perfect little. What?
He was just like, okay.
I mean,
I'm having to reset here. Help me.
I mean, look, I just want to say, like when I compared it to like the NBA All-Star, like I love the NBA All-Star game. I watch the NBA All-Star game every year. There's a lot of fun stuff that happens, and I think too, like you can have bowl games that are still really good games. It's just not as much of a guarantee as it used to. Like there are probably going to be some teams that just go into the bowl game and like they just don't have a position. Like we saw Minnesota last year, right? Like they had to find a quarterback somehow. It's like, we got a bowl game. We don't have a quarterback.
They had to make a quarterback like come back and postpone his wedding to play in Detroit.
Yeah.
Which really feels like a bail jumping sort of a situation.
Honey, man, really, it's fine.
I love all these games. Like these bowl games, they're great. And again, I come from the ULM mindset when we go to bowl games. ULM has been to one bowl game. Do you know how special like a bowl game with ULM would be for like a ULM fan? It's incredible. But like, again, just don't take it for granted because I mean, do you ever know when you're gonna go back to a bowl game?
Hi, Nebraska.
Welcome back, Nebraska.
Hi, Nebraska.
Welcome back.
Hey, Wisconsin. I'm sure it'll only be a year. Hey, Wisconsin. It's just gonna be 1 year. Don't worry about it. You'll be back next year.
Again, There
10
is
years later.
there's something. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a good time. I love the events that surround the bowl games. They do like different competitions. I think my favorite one,
Commish,
it's the one with the rodeo that they
Texas,
got in
Texas
Fort
Bowl.
Worth. The Fort Worth one too. The one in Fort Worth.
That one does, I think, a smaller one. I know the one in Houston
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, Houston does that. Yeah, it's great.
Commish, what do you think the bowl game is that is the outwardly least like rah 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 for us, but you think it's probably a real kick-ass one for the teams? Like Myrtle Beach has to be fun, right? Because you get to do like the things.
I don't know.
Bahamas.
I don't know about
Bahamas is perfect thing because I'm assuming they get way more fun out of that than I do, and I enjoy it. But
I hope that they get a chance to like enjoy the Bahamas. I kind of feel like the Hawaii Bowl. That's got to be a blast because I don't know if you saw like the South Florida video where they were trying to pronounce the name of the fish.
Yeah, it was great.
That was hilarious. Like they doing so much better than I would in pronouncing the name of the fish.
The Maui Aquarium slaps. Everyone should go to the Maui Aquarium.
I mean, like, really, there's so many different bowl games that's great. I think one that is probably maybe properly rated, but kind of gets forgotten in how fun it is for the teams. And people don't realize it until like maybe like a couple of months later, and you start stories leaking out of this bowl game. It's always the Sun Bowl.
It's the Sun Bowl.
That's right. I mean,
better when you could go across the border.
There is one, from like 2008 involving Lane Kiffin. We don't know the story from that, but apparently it's legendary. It's been nearly 2 decades since that. But like, there's bowl games where the teams have a lot of fun. And that's basically what it is. It's supposed to be a season-long reward, a reward for the fans to go travel to a different city to support your team and watch them playing in a weird stadium, maybe a baseball-based stadium. But it's supposed to be a good time, and it's supposed to be fun.
We gotta stop doing that, just as a country. I know I'm supposed to be sicko here and be like, wow, let's play things in weird places. I am emotionally over football and baseball stadiums.
If you play in the baseball stadium, I just want the field surface to be good.
I know you think I'm wrong. It's fine.
No, I want the field surface to be good. If the field is great, I'm happy with that. I don't care if it's in a baseball stadium. But if like the field is like causing injuries or looks like crap, that's when I get kind of upset.
The
like,
Altoona Curve Bowl.
What they did for Wrigley and Northwestern, it looked great. Like this year, like they were ready for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Safety issues are not good, but I really appreciate the charm of a bowl game in a venue that a bowl game is definitely not supposed to be in.
Well, and speaking of field issues, I mean, we got a bowl game scheduled for a legit football stadium that's had some field issues this year.
That is true.
It can't happen anywhere.
Yes, it can.
This is side here, Arthur. This is where we wanted to cut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Commish, keep going.
No, bowl season's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's a blast. I love the stupid trophies. I love the ridiculous fun things that you go along with, or the stories you hear out of these games. It's a blast. It's supposed to be fun. Enjoy it. I am so happy that Minnesota and Virginia Tech are just like fully embracing the Mayo Bowl.
Yes,
to the fullest.
As you should.
Like any bowl game you get, embrace it, enjoy it. Just have a lot of fun with it, no matter where it is. Like, make the best of the situation.
Okay, listeners, you do have homework. I want to remind you this next week too. Your homework is this. Your job is to get some family members of yours, or friends, wherever you're going for the holidays. If people are over at your house, your job is to turn on the bowls.
Sorry.
That's your assignment. Is when things are flagging a little bit. Hey, I'm just going to put on the Game Above bowl in the background. We're just going to have it there. That's your job now.
That's right. You're over at a Christmas party on the 21st, or you're there at a holiday party for your company or something like that, and there's a TV. It's your job to ask the bartender or to find the remote and turn on the bowl game.
Mm-hmm. So that's your assignment.
job now. That is your duty as a listener to the committee podcast. You got to do this.
On Tuesday, folks, we will come back. We will talk. Sorry, no, you'll listen to this on. Yes, you'll hear it on Tuesday. When you hear us next time,
Linear time was a
God damn
mistake.
it. When you hear us next Tuesday, we'll talk about everything that happened this weekend, plus preview our next set of bowls, plus get a phone call from me with 1 bar of signal from Frisco, Texas, as I start trying to yell, "It's a madhouse in here!"
I mean, I do really enjoy that West Virginia and Memphis have their own songs for this one.
Yeah.
Like they have 2 different songs. You know, you got like,
Hey, Beth, if
Home
West
Country
Virginia
Roads.
wins and they pump Country Roads, I'm going to get my camera out. I'll get that nice video for you of the whole thing, okay?
Thank you.
Promise you.
Yeah. Whole
Okay,
video of
folks, that's what we got. We will see you on the other side.